How long does the divorce take? The legal term is cooling off period 6 months and 1 day from the time you filed and served your spouse. You cannot be single. But what it all means is that you cannot be single. It doesn't mean you cannot get all the paperwork ready to go, file with the court within 6 months. So even if you filed for divorce, you did all the paperwork, submitted to the judge, and you can get everything back, your judgment saying you're single in a future day, 6 months and 1 day post serving your spouse. So how can you expedite this process? Gather all of your current assets and debts and put them in a form called assets and debt form. Gather all your documents about your income. Put it in a form called income and expense declaration. Fill these 2 forms out after you file for divorce and serve your spouse. Then your spouse has 30 days to respond. And while you're figuring out what to divide and what to do with spousal support, how to draft marital settlement agreement, some counties have a longer processing time for judgment packages that you submit. What you could consider is getting a private judge. Private judge is someone who is privately reviewing your documents, stamps and signs them, and you submit them to the court, and then you are already, the processing time is cut by 3 months. In order to get the private judge, I would suggest to contact someone like me to get you a stipulation for a private judge, or you can contact a private judge directly, and the court judge needs to approve the private judge. So private judge cannot just appear and sign the document. So the actual judge in your courthouse has to approve it. So private judge would be one of the ways to expedite the paperwork being processed. How can you actually help to expedite the process is not only disclosures, but negotiating the agreement with a mediator or choosing an attorney like me to say, let's make an offer that my spouse will not refuse and draft marital settlement agreement that my spouse will sign, and that will get the process going as amicable divorce. If you have not an amicable divorce and defined as you have to go to court to get a court order because your spouse doesn't agree to give you what you ask, what you deserve under California law, the process gets delayed. So an average time for divorce process is approximately from the beginning to an end, meaning from filing the petition to getting the judgment back is about 9 months. However, if you have children, if you have complex assets, it can take much longer, as long as 8 years, because both parties need to cooperate with the process. Otherwise, it gets delayed. So, if things get delayed and you don't like it, there is always an opportunity to terminate your marriage pending divorce, reserving financial issues for later. It's called legal term bifurcating a marital status. What it means is it's separating my termination from the divorce, if it makes sense. So basically you would be single after 6 months and 1 day. The court can grant your request. It doesn't happen automatically. Most people are confused about that. You would need to file a request for order to get your status, marital status, terminated. The reason for termination, for example, I would like to remarry. That's a very common reason. The court will grant you that request, and then you're single, and all other issues, because let's face it, if the children are young, you still have reserved issues on child support, potential custody, visitation modifications. So that might be lingering for a long time, or if you have pensions to divide. So if that is important, I suggest to contact someone like me to get the process bifurcated. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends who need it. And if you have ideas for my next video, please comment down below, and I will see you in my next consultation. Bye!